Trump abandons Ukraine again? Zelensky returns from the G7 without the major breakthroughs Kyiv had hoped to secure. G7 leaders pressed Trump to harden support for Ukraine, but the US president reportedly refused to shift his position. Trump tells G7 leaders who's the boss. Fresh tensions emerge as he praises Putin while keeping Zelensky at arm's length. Kyiv came seeking weapons, funding and stronger commitments, but left with little beyond diplomatic backing and promises. During the G7 summit, Western leaders praised what they described as a noticeable shift in Donald Trump's tone on Ukraine. EU officials said Trump used language broadly aligned with allies on Ukraine for the first time at a G7 summit.
There was an important call between President Trump and President Putin.
It was a follow-up of yesterday's discussions, and now we will continue to move forward on support for Ukraine, to help it resist, to help it achieve results, to help it precisely defend its independence. And I think what has been done in recent days is also very important, because it is the reunification of the G7 behind Ukraine and the strength of all of us being put at the service of its ability to defend itself, its ability also to counterattack and to rebuild its fighting energy. It has been positive. We will continue to work.
This is the first time since U.S. President Trump took office that we have issued a joint declaration at a G7 summit and found common language on the major foreign and security policy issues of our time. I consider that a real success. In fact, our statement contains a very clear message on this matter. Support for Ukraine from this group is stronger than it has been for a long time. All G7 partners will step up their military and financial contributions to Ukraine.
The final G7 statement promised faster air defense deliveries to Ukraine and tougher pressure on Russia going forward. However, leaders did not specify which air defense systems would be sent or provide a timeline for deliveries. Ukraine also left the summit without new funding commitments despite facing a projected $52 billion budget gap. EU chief Ursula von der Leyen said the bloc had already covered most of Ukraine's financial needs through 2027. She urged other international partners to help close the remaining funding shortfall during discussions among leaders. Trump described his discussions on Ukraine as productive, but stopped short of offering any new security commitments. The American president said both Putin and Zelensky wanted peace, but didn't know how to achieve it. Trump also thanked Putin for what he described as Russia's neutrality during the recent Iran conflict. The remark appeared to undercut European claims that Washington had adopted a stronger and more pro-Ukraine position. Trump spent much of his final G7 press conference discussing Iran rather than focusing on the war in Ukraine. Notably, a highly anticipated second meeting between Trump and Zelensky failed to take place during the summit. Ukrainian officials are now hoping for more concrete commitments and deliverables at the upcoming EU summit in Brussels.
Hello, I'm the boss.
On the final day of the G7 summit, Donald Trump was seen openly basking in the spotlight, as he claimed credit for the Iran deal even as US appeared to lose out on the memorandum's conditions.
Hello, I'm the boss.
During one of the closing sessions in France, Trump jokingly, but pointedly, declared, "I am the boss," a remark that underscored his brash style.
Hello, I'm the boss.
The comment reportedly drew laughter and smiles from several of those present, creating a mix of amusement and mild discomfort as Trump delivered the line while taking his seat.
Hello, I'm the boss. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Okay. Thank you, President. Dear colleagues. So we have a photo.
Oh, yeah. Would you like to stay for the meeting? It's okay with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
US is reportedly expected to pay Iran $300 billion as war reparations under the deal, underscoring that Washington appears to be at the losing end of the pact. Earlier, Trump appeared to snub Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, keeping his interaction brief at a time when Kyiv is desperately seeking vocal backing from Western leaders. Did Trump deliberately refuse a meet and greet with Ukraine's President Zelensky during a crucial diplomatic gathering? The US president appeared to turn his attention away from Ukraine while focusing on wrapping up a landmark Iran deal. This whole thing is ridiculous. Trump appeared to lose his cool as questions over Ukraine once again dominated the discussion. Zelensky spoke of unanimous support for Kyiv. But did Trump's actions deliver a very different message?
Are you going to have a separate meeting with President Zelensky? And what would
I had one.
What would a Ukraine deal look like?
Well, we have one, but we had a good meeting. I'm meeting him later on, too. We had a very good meeting. Look, Russia should make a deal. Russia's lost tremendous amounts of people, and so has Ukraine. Last month, they lost 35,000 soldiers between the two of them. Think of that. This is on a monthly basis. They averaged 25,000 people, mostly soldiers, young, beautiful people. And it's crazy what's going on there. But we had a meeting, and we'll see how. I spoke with President Putin on Sunday. And it's sort of the same thing. I mean, they just keep going, fighting, losing soldiers. They lose so many soldiers. This is not since World War II has anything like this happened. I settled 8 wars. This was the one I thought was going to be the easiest settled. There's a lot of dislike between the two leaders, but yeah, I'm meeting with him again later on today.
And are you going to have a special focus on Ukraine?
Well, we're going to look. Now we were focused on Iran. That's going to be in the rear view mirror. But look, we have nothing to do with it. We sell weapons to them. We don't even give them. Obama gave them $350 billion worth of weapons. Which was crazy. The European Union pays us full price for weapons. But it's not that. It has no impact on us other than we sell weapons. We're thousands of miles away. But the only reason I don't like to see 25,000 young people die every month. Every month, 25,000 people die. Young people, they're just starting their life. They go to this front and they get blown up. And Ukraine is losing a lot of people too. I mean, the whole thing is ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm going to do whatever.
It wasn't only Trump. French President Emmanuel Macron and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni also seemed to keep some distance from Zelensky. Zelensky's second awkward moment at the G7 summit has now gone viral, spreading rapidly across social media and drawing intense scrutiny to his interactions with other world leaders. After an apparent snub by Emmanuel Macron, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has now been caught in an awkward greeting moment with Italy's Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, adding fresh fuel to online chatter. In the latest clip doing the rounds, the Italian Prime Minister is seen seemingly trying to avoid greeting Zelensky with a kiss, creating a visibly uncomfortable exchange in front of the cameras. Earlier, French President Emmanuel Macron had appeared to cut short a conversation with Zelensky, walking away in a manner that many viewers interpreted as dismissive and diplomatically frosty.
No, but because I have as well business leaders and so on, but so we will have this window now, but as you stay longer, let's arrange between tonight you are free.
Another awkward moment involving the Ukrainian president at the G7 summit has gone viral online, with a clip rapidly circulating across social media platforms. Volodymyr Zelensky was seen trying to greet Italy's prime minister with a kiss on the cheek, an interaction highlighted by RT News, and the brief exchange has now become a focal point of online discussion and memes. However, Italy's Giorgia Meloni appeared to try to avoid greeting Zelensky in that manner, according to reports, creating a visibly uncomfortable scene that many viewers have scrutinized frame by frame. Earlier during the summit, Zelensky also seemed to have an awkward conversation with the French president, a moment that added to the perception of strained or uneasy personal dynamics on the sidelines of the event.